Hi. Scorpio. Okay. 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 And there's these two cards, right? I put them back. Here they are. Spirit speaks. It says, I said what I said. Okay. So Scorpio, Hierophant, Nine of Wands. I'm honoring this Eight of Swords. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So either way, this Hierophant, it's like you can't get around this Hierophant. You have to get through it. When people are like, get over it. Oh, whatever. And no, this is something you have to go through. And it's showing here that in one regard, it's like, I can get through that shit. Mentally, it may fuck with me, but I've already had situations that have fucked with me. That's why I'm in the predicament I'm in now. And looking on that as past guidance, past advice, it's like, okay, so I know can get through it, but how to get through it or what will transpire on the other side of it, I just don't know. This Queen of Pentacles is here as being, well, it's an added component. Whether this is you or someone else, it's someone who has been through it. So it's almost as if like two parts of you are at odds about it. It's like in one regard, it's almost as if like, okay, my hands are tied, I'm stuck, I really don't know what to do here, or I can't do anything. You can. And there's this other part of you like, hell no, I ain't going. That's not the final answer. I'm not giving up on this shit. And then the other side is, well, you're not giving up on it, but what the fuck are we going to do? You're going to find wise counsel. Queen of Pentacles. The Hierophant itself is shit. It's something that has been, it's that do as I say, not as I do. Speak when spoken to. Give respect to get respect. Like, it respect your elders. It's all those outdated beliefs and ways of doing shit, and a lot of people are still doing shit that way. And in this regard, it's like, okay, but what you're doing and what you're saying is contradicting itself. So when it comes to this situation in particular, with Scorpio being an energy of transformation and change, let's dead this shit because it's not working. But this is something I have to work through in order to get to the other side where things can change and are amended. But right now, I have to go into this as is. These two people, two aspects of the same self, or actually two people sitting with a mediator, a teacher, a guide, anything of that sort. If these two people are separate and it's not one aspect of the self, this person can help. And it bridges the gap. It bridges the gap. If you have one person that is mental and another person that is about action, the person who is mental, or the aspect of the person that's mental, is stalling. It can't see past this situation to find the solution. They're stuck in the problem itself. So therefore they can't transcend the problem in order to be in the same space and vibratory energy of the solution. The person in the Nine of Wands is like, well, shit, in this energy here, this person is not exerting any energy forward either. So these are both standstill cards. This person is just energetically like, damn, whatever has to come next, I know I can do it. I'm resting for the next moment. When it's time, I'm on guard still. This could have been a fight. This could have been a blowout. This could have been workplace arguments. This could have been familial issues. This can be court related. Hierophant can also be a judge. There are two keys here in this Hierophant card. So it's showing that both people have access to something in particular. Now, if this is a court case and is involving two people, opposite sex, the female in the middle, Eight of Swords, doesn't know how the fuck she got here. It's one thing after the other, after the other, after the next thing you know, they're in this situation. And she's like, how the fuck did it get to this point? And the choices and the decisions that were made up to this point has created so much confusion. And it could have been someone else bringing things into a situation that was unclear, and a person assuming off of those lies by omission, assuming based off of inference, things that weren't proven, but coming to those conclusions and acting off of assumptions. Now a person is here and cannot find clarity and cannot find truth because the things that were reacted to and reacted on and decided upon were based off of things that were not factual. So now this person is sitting in a pool of thought, confusing pieces of information, and most of them are false. So the confusion is like, how do I go back and find, even in this mess of shit that I already had? Like, I have so much filler information in my mind to try to sort through what is factual and actual versus what was contrived and misinformation or misinterpretation to undo something that I've done. Well, you can't undo what you've done, but to try to think back to when the lines were crossed, where this misinterpretation, this misunderstanding caused me to act, say, think, and do. Now it is added on a bunch of more filler information that doesn't actually pertain to the facts of what we got going on. Or the mind has run amok and there's so many assumptions and so many thoughts that when you get into the court of law and you're trying to fight with assumptions, you have no factual information that this happened, that happened, this happened. But your feelings say they happen. Your mind is telling you that they happen, but you cannot prove it in the court of law. So no matter this person, they're sitting there. They really don't, they have a leg to stand on, but they've been through this many, many times. This person could have presented things in a way, it's in a different energy sphere. You see what I'm saying? One person is in wands, spirit, will, and the thing is, they can manipulate those wands. They can manipulate energy. They can manipulate using mental energy. They can get another person to exert that type of energy. They can do something knowing it'll cause a chain reaction and someone else will willingly use their will to make a choice, make a decision, make a move. So without even communicating this person's language or communicating with this person specifically, directly, or anything like that, the way that they move has caused this person to run into all different kinds of thought patterns and thought streams that lead to nowhere and don't have any concrete proof. The only thing concrete is this situation with the Hierophant, whether it be counseling, mediation, court, and the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles has something solid. Scorpio, you're water. This is your opposite, though. Taurus energy, right? You're learning your opposite. Personal value, personal possessions. That's worth holding your ground. You may be on the brink of losing it, or someone else on the brink of losing it, dealing with this Scorpio energy. Because something is coming to an end. Something is being changed here. And the changes, it's like this, and both people have been hit upside the head, more or less. But this person in the Eight of Swords does not feel like they have freedom. They want to be free of something. They want to be free of a person, obligation, something. But they don't understand the part they play to have control of this thing. So it's like, my hands are tied. I can't do nothing. But I want to be free. I want to be free of this. And the orders and the steps and the things that are happening in this official setting, this person in the Eight of Swords wants freedom. This person in the Nine of Wands wants a second chance. They want to prove that they're capable, that they're able, but also showing, look at all of what I got going on. Look at everything that I'm accountable for. And I'm still not trying to give up. I'm still not trying to give away. I'm holding all my responsibilities with me. But the other person is like, I don't want to be stuck with all of this. You need to, it's almost like one person's like, I have a full plate and I'm still not trying to, give anything away. My plate is full, yes. And this is only the 9 of Wands. I can actually pick up more. But the other person's like, man, I don't want none of this. I don't want to be, listen, I want to be free. What they want to be free from, like I said, it could be they think they're not free. They think that they're bound. Like it's a lifetime of this sentence. Like I can't, like, this is something I have to do for the rest of my life. But you should have to do it for the rest of your life too. Because I'm not free, you shouldn't be free. You just got the Queen of Pentacles over here like, I mean, why is this Queen of Pentacles? Why is this Queen of Pentacles here? What is she doing? She is sitting, she's a catalyst. There's that Scorpio energy. The mediator. The mediator. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's the mediator. That is wise counsel. I said wise counsel. I said this person, this person knows how to bridge the gap between the two. Period. Because what comes with them is compatible with Scorpio energy and is compatible with this mediation energy here. It combines water. It has pentacles. There is this Queen of Pentacles is going to take all the different elements and move them around. Okay, these swords go here. These wands go here. 8 of Wands, Moon, Hermit is Virgo energy. This is an organizer. This motherfucker can shake shit up in the best way. Tower. It's a catalyst. Both of y'all are wrong. This is how it's done. Both of y'all are right. This is why. And this is how your rights go together. This is how your rights go together. So that you can come to a peaceful, amicable solution. This person can figure out what the fuck they need to figure out, start to dismantle their own mental addiction to process and over process and think and think and think. And half of the shit that they have brought up in this situation was based off of personal skewed perception. The other person is just like, damn, I've been beat up on. God damn, I've been through a lot with this motherfucker. And I still have to defend myself. The other person, I just want to be free from all of this. Both of y'all are free. Both of y'all have a choice. If it's a custody battle, and the mother doesn't want the father to have custody or access, but she is overwhelmed and can't take it all on by herself because she feels trapped, like she has no life, but doesn't want the father to have access, and vice versa. It could be the male not wanting to have the mother access to the children. You don't want me to access the children, but you don't want to be bound and obligated to have them 24/7. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Well, I don't know. I don't know, but remember that time, and remember that time, that you did this, and that girl that, and that guy that, and then this happened, then what does that have to do with this? Where are the facts? What are you actually telling me? Says the official. What are you fighting for? I'm fighting to defend myself, to protect what I have, to protect my station, whatever the fuck that is in comparison to this, because I don't know what's going on. This motherfucker brought me here, and they're stuck. They don't know what's going on. So I'm just here because I was told I had to be here. Well, I don't know, but I need help. I can help you. Catalyst for change. The way shit used to be is about to change. Because this motherfucker has the know-how to change it. You need somebody with expertise. You need somebody who is objective. She's not holding either one of these elements to be swayed or to be biased in her decision making. This is an outside party. The tower itself is the Hierophant. And both those motherfuckers are falling out of it. It may be dismissed. And this Queen of Pentacles can be a whole outside entity, person, liaison that bridges the gap of misunderstanding between the two, mixing two different elements to temper a situation. One person can't think straight, the other person can't see shit. So y'all need an aid. You need an aid. You need help. Okay. Two of Cups, Two of Swords, Six of Swords. It'll get there eventually. It'll get there eventually. And I feel like this person in the Nine of Wands, I see a couple of things here. The person in the Nine of Wands is going to reach out and ask for help. Okay? They're going to reach out and ask for help. And this other person is still, I don't know shit. I don't see shit. I can't figure it out. I can't see a way through this because everything is already done. I can't do anything about it. They're pretty much just giving the power away to other people instead of collaborating and working with someone who can work with them. They're really hoping that somebody else can decide something. Even if they don't fully agree with it, it's like, well, you're an authority figure, so if you make the decision, then it's got to be right for my life. It's got to be the best solution for my life because I'm not authoritative enough to decide what I want. Somebody else has to tell me what it's going to be. And this person in Nine of Wands, like, I can't go for that. That's not, I'd much rather still try to work on this or try to come to something that works for the both of us. If you're stuck and you don't want to be stuck, but I can't help you because I can't be around or you're completely opposed to this, then you must have some type of answer. You can't always look for someone else to give you the answer. You sometimes have to ask somebody with more knowledge in this area or who can see clearly where you can't. There's things that you probably haven't considered, or somebody who may just have a hub of information or can direct you in an area or to a specialist that can help with this very specific thing. Like, there's other ways to mitigate and to combine what the fuck we got going on so that we both agree on something that works. So subtract all this other shit and go back to where you said, okay, well, I just don't know what's going on. I just don't know what to do next, versus you did, and this, then this happened, then this happened. And I got, oh my God, this bill is due, that bill is due. I got to go to the doctor. She got to go to the doctor. He got to go to the doctor. I got to go to work and school and homeschool and move and relocate and fuck all of that. Because you can't do any of that healthily from a space like this. And you damn sure aren't going to be able to use your mental faculties in a productive way handling shit like this. So let's take the confusion and the mysticism and the illusion out of the situation so you could at least work together to get to the other side of it. And this is where that Queen of Pentacles comes in. Phew. Good gracious. Y'all been calling me for 2 days. I was thinking about Scorpio the other night. So it's this dark ass room. And it's like, you know, you can't barely see anything, and you're walking and it's so hot. It's not dry heat, it's humid. So it's like, I'm not, like, I'm thirsty, I'm sweating. No, you're not sweating. It's just, you're hot right before you start sweating. It's really humid, it's really hot. And you can tell that the air is wet. Just a little bit. It's just damp. And you get to the end and you feel this breeze on your face. You're like, what the fuck is that breeze coming from? And you realize you've reached a wall and you can just feel this breeze coming in. And now, because you felt the fresh breeze, now you bust a sweat. And now you're starting to feel relief. So you're like, wait a minute. So then you're trying to figure out where this fucking air is coming from. There's a little crack in the wall, but you can't see any light through it. So then, you kind of stumble over your feet and push your weight onto the wall, and some of the bricks start falling. And you get the gust of wind. And now it's like, oh my God, it feels so fucking good to be able to breathe fresh air. Oh my God. And here I am with all this damn smoke in the way. But it's like, I had been so used to breathing in this stagnant, stuffy air environment situation, and I've got a little breeze of life on my face. And when you push those bricks and you half stumble out, and you're like hanging over the wall, half out the wall, half inside, and there's just fucking land everywhere. You're like, what the fuck is this? But I don't know. I've been in here so long. Oh my gosh, I can't go back in there. I gotta go out. I gotta get out. It's like I've gotten a taste of fresh air in my lungs. I know what it feels like to not be in this stagnant energy, this stagnant environment where it's on my skin, and I can just, it for so long, it just felt like that was what the temperature was. And you get used to it. It's no longer uncomfortable. After you're first introduced to it, that is just the way shit is. Damp and dank and dark. But you got a fucking breath, a whim, like you just whiff of fresh air. And you did what you had to do to break through the fucking wall. And it wasn't much. All you had to do before was push the wall, but you didn't know that. You didn't know that there was walls. You didn't know that there was borders. You didn't know that there was something else outside of the walls. You were just, well, this is the way it is. And this is what I'm seeing in this situation. And it's like, you know, you can go outside, right? You know, you can come up for air, right? You know, that's not it, right? I can show you something else out here. And that's when you just open up a whole nother fucking avenue. Once you handle your specific sign, your energy of Scorpio, once you handle that energy, you can transcend to the sign opposite you. Consider your sun sign like a north and south node, okay? But your sun sign, because you're trying to be a whole person here. The other part of you is your opposite, okay? So you're going to start to develop traits of a Queen of Pentacles, where you were once just a Queen of Cups, bottom of the deck, followed by the 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. So the gift, the reward is in the ending. The reward is in cutting this shit out. You know what your sign does, and you know what your habits are, and you know how you do things. Don't do them that way. Do them how people on the other side of the spectrum do them. If you could put yourself into the shoes of a Taurus, if you know any Taurus people, the type of traits that they have and they display, if you're not watching for your sun sign, and this is another placement, still check your sun and the opposite of. That's going to be your predominant influence. The other ones matter, but start with what you've known the longest. You've known your sun sign when you're, back when you were reading them in the damn newspaper or wherever you first ran into horoscopes or whatnot. Start with the sign you know first, which is usually your sun sign. 98% of the time is the sun sign people know first. Equal and opposite. They're equal in opposite ways. I'm telling you, you have to look at your opposite, even if you're just looking at the element itself, because there's something solid here. This is solid, even though this is Scorpio and Martian energy. This is still a physical dwelling. This is still something very tangible. And that is what the Queen of Pentacles masters. That's what she manipulates as far as energy goes. This is something that she's well versed in, he or she. So you're going to have to take a lesson from your equal and opposite. Blend the two. And that's how you deliver the solution. And that's what takes you from this, which if you let this motherfucker who's in this Eight of Swords energy keep on not wanting to make decisions, this is what it is. This is what happens. And it can be involving a family situation, true enough. True enough. But it's still going to come down. So with or without this, which you're better off without it, but if we're not going to have this indecision, let us at least have both of us in some shape, form, or fashion. At least. That red garb, that's the Queen of Pentacles. This orange, that orange, you know what I'm saying? That's the other motherfucker in the in the Ten of Pentacles. And these look like the clothes of the King of Pentacles. But in this is just a patriarchal figure, whether alive or not. This is a generational thing. There are kids here. There is animals here. Animals here. Kid here. This is custody battles. Court shit. Family shit. Not shit. You know what I mean. Break free from all the confusion. Like, you just been doing it this way for so long, Scorpio. Whomever I'm speaking to, you've been doing it this way for so long. And it's like, but you got a taste of some fresh air. And it's unlike anything that you already knew. And it's like, well, damn. Everything I've known up until this point has been like this. How do I show anybody on this side this new stuff? Well, you have to experience it first. You do. And you have to like it enough to want to embrace it. Because you lead and other people will follow. It's not about, how to convince them. You can't convince them. You have to know about this new, the new temperature, the new climate, how it feels. You got to go out there. This will be your little, your little hole in the wall. Your little hole in the wall. And you can go there from time to time. And it's a transitional period. So you're still going to go back in the deep, in the dark, in the dank. But you're going to come out and get that fresh air. And you know how that feels. And at this time, it'll just be you by yourself venturing out a little further and a little further and a little further, getting comfortable in your new surroundings. So when you go back to the deep and the dark and the dank, it's like, damn, when can I go back out there again? And it's just going to become your new normal to be in this new environment. And you're going to do your thing in that domain. But you have the expertise of what it's like to be in the dark, in the deep, and in the dank. Whereas everybody else on the other side of it only knows that. So you have a level of expertise that they can't access, if you see what I'm saying. So anybody who's in the deep, in the dark, and the dank, and they want to be there, and they want to stay there, no matter how glorious it is on the other side, those are the motherfuckers that'll be in the tower when it falls. When it falls in a cascading, terrifying way. And really fucking your life apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had a choice and you chose what you've always done and what you've always gotten. And it's insane. And you keep doing it. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, since you choose, even if you didn't choose, that was a choice to remain. Either way it goes, there's movement. There's movement. There's movement. Damn, Scorpio. Y'all been calling me for 2 days. Okay. All right, now. I will see y'all later. I just had to get that out because it was like, do it, do it, do it. And I was like, okay, I guess. Oh, my God. Let's see who's next. I'll see y'all later. Bye.